Do you have shaky footage? Trouble keeping your camera still? I sure know I did. Heck, I still do. Let me share with you 3 tips to help you stabilize your handheld footage with any camera that you use. Let's hop right in. Practicing handheld camera basics is essential. Imagine you're on a paid shoot, you drop your gimbal and your camera, they both break. You're left with your B camera, your phone, and you don't know what to do because you still got to finish the job and get buttery smooth footage. This brings us into our first tip, movement. Movement is the core of what causes your shake in your camera. And if you can learn how to walk correctly and move and turn correctly, you can really reduce that shake in the camera. I'm gonna throw up an example right now of the correct crab walk and turning of the torso.
The crab walk is simply walking in an athletic position. All you need to do is pick up your camera, bend your elbows, keep them in at your side, bend your knees, and start slowly walking. With some practice, this will help you reduce those micro jitters. But that brings us into the next tip, torso turning. Torso turning is simply moving your hips without using your arms. For example, right here, you can see me moving my arms only. What you want to be doing is you want to tuck in your elbows and you want to turn side to side, just moving your hips or your upper body. Here's a side view. Again, tuck your elbows and then twist with just your hips. Now that you've learned the crab walk and the torso turn, let's put the two of them together. Remember, bend your knees, put your elbows in, and start walking. Then add the turn in. I'm moving kind of quick here, but with some practice, this can really stabilize your footage.
Our next tip is pretty quick. We're going to talk about points of contact. And when I say points of contact, I mean how many points of contact to stability you have. So for example, if I'm holding the camera out and then I have my elbows in, this would be 1 point, this would be 2 points. So right now I have 2 points of contact. I'm using the camera strap as well, giving me a 3rd point of contact. So this is an easy way, mixed with our side to side torso pan, to keep the camera pretty stable and level when we're going left to right or right to left. Same thing can work up to down. You just want to make sure you have the right placement for the right lens and you're holding the camera the correct way. And this is just going to be based on experience, trial and error. I can tell you from my experience. For our 3rd tip, we're going to be talking about post-production stabilization. I'm not going to be talking about any computer editing. I'm actually talking about phone software. We're going to talk about an option that's available on Android and iOS called CapCut. It's one of my favorite apps. Let's pop up my iPhone screen right here and we'll hop in. CapCut is a simple editing app, but it has a lot of options, especially for a free editor. There's a small watermark at the end that you can cut off at the end of each video. But my main thing about it, for a phone software that's free, it has a stabilization feature. So if you click on your footage and you go over, you have a few options. You can either do minimal cropping, recommended, or most stable. And you can see each one does a different crop level. I went ahead and did the recommended and most stable already, but we're gonna go ahead and you can just see, we're gonna go all the way most stable, what an export looks like and how quick it is. Move it over to 4K, correct frame rate, and it's fairly quick, especially on the newer iPhones. So I'm gonna go ahead and play the first footage while this is finishing, and then the next 2 side by side so you can see.
This footage starts off pretty nice, but pay attention coming up in the bottom left corner. Right there, that wobble. We're gonna compare that and this push-in right here in the crops. So this is the recommended crop, and if we pay attention coming up here, it's done a nice job on that wobble right there. And it's done an amazing job on the push-in. On the most stable, look at the mountains right now. If you compare it to the last clip, it's cropped in a ton. But that wobble is almost gone and it does an amazing job. For a phone and a free app, I can't complain one bit.
I appreciate you guys for watching. I hope you learned something about stabilizing your footage today. If you liked what you saw, hit me with a like. If you want to learn something new, comment down below. And if you want to see my next video, subscribe. This is Brad G Media signing out. Have a blessed day.